Welcome back, my pack, my tribe, to Howling After Dark. Okay, so as I was saying, as an investigator, primarily, we have to be really careful about what we believe in. And I'm not saying you can't be, Christian or Baptist or Buddhist or whatever. You, of course, should be those things. What I mean is like, we can't just take what's on the surface. We have to actually dig for the truth as investigators. Otherwise, we're not investigating. We're simply running around in the dark with expensive equipment. Um, Point being it's shocking how many closed-minded people are in this field, because the most important thing to have is an open mind. Let me give you kind of an example of what I'm talking about. I used to love the show Finding Bigfoot. Used to love it. And I still kind of do. But there's one person on that show that drives me absolutely batshit insane. And that's Renee. And the reason being is she is dangerously close to being closed-minded. She basically is closed-minded with, a little bit of, okay, I might be wrong thrown in there. But it seems like every episode they're taking like these witness testimonies from town halls and stuff, and you know what that is if you've ever seen the show. Um, if not, it's when like in the show they'll actually call a town hall meeting where they have everybody in town show up, and then they'll ask, has anybody ever witnessed a Bigfoot, and they'll ask about it, and then take the best ones and go investigate them. Um, but it seems like every episode she's listening to like people's reports from town hall, not just town hall actually, when they're just starting out, going to like somebody's property to investigate their claims there, and she tears it apart or tries to. Oh well, they were drinking, or they're little kids, they don't know what they saw. Let me be pretty blunt here. And if by some chance Renee is listening, I hope this sinks in. Being closed-minded is not doing you any favors. I'm not saying to just believe whatever, but have an open mind, which you apparently seem incapable of doing. Because like in the most recent episode I've seen, she literally said that. Oh, they're kids, they don't know what they saw. Do you not remember being a kid? Seriously? Do you not remember how frustrating it was when you were a kid, when people would not listen to you because you're a kid? Those kids probably know anybody. And to kind of point this out, the adult who witnessed something, their dad, said that he had been drinking. Those kids are more reliable witnesses than their father is. So don't dispute them just because they're kids. That's closed-minded bullshit. If anything, children are more open to experiences like this because closed minded people like yourself haven't gotten to them and told them that this shit doesn't exist yet. So think about that next time and shut your mouth. Now, me personally, I've had experiences with Bigfoot and I know they were real. There's no doubt. Nobody can tell me anything. Nobody can tell me that what I saw, heard, and felt was not real. No one. Okay? Nobody in the paranormal field, regardless of how skeptical they may be, can tell me that the thousands and thousands of spirits I've seen in my lifetime are not real. Because A, I can prove you wrong. I've collected way too much evidence to back me up. And B, why would you do that? Why tell anybody anything like that on any subject? You don't have the right to do that. I mean, you can say, hey man, I think you might be wrong and this is why I think that. But you can't say, you can't be a dick about it and go, oh no, you're wrong because you're just a kid, or you're just a drunk, or you're just stupid. Because that's just ignorant bullshit. That's just putting people down for the sake of putting them down. And if you're doing that, how fucking dare you? Because nobody has that right. Nobody should ever be able to do that. Nobody should ever be able to put somebody down because they believe something different. That's fucking horseshit. But anyways, I digress. So, belief is a very powerful thing, but it's really important to be open-minded on an investigation and not let your own beliefs color, you know, what happens. Everybody's guilty at some point. I'm definitely guilty of it myself. I've done it probably 1,000 times. Or my own beliefs have seeped through, and I'm like, well, okay, it's this rather than this. And I shouldn't do that. And I know I shouldn't do that, but, nobody's perfect. But I never intentionally said, well, you're full of shit. Or made somebody feel bad for believing whatever they believe. In fact, if anything, most of the time, at least 437 times, or 38 times now, that I've done house cleansings, more often than not, it's not so much about getting rid of an evil entity, because not all the time is there one. But more importantly, it's about making this person or this family feel comfortable in their own home again. That is the most important thing. If my job was just going in there and doing a house cleansing ritual and then going home, I would not have been contacted over 400 times to go do that. The reason that people contact me is because, one, I get results, but more importantly, I may make people feel better about the situation they're in. whether it's not that in fact there's nothing evil there, or if it's making them feel comfortable with the idea that I can get rid of whatever it is. And out of 438 times, do you know how many times I've gotten a return visit? None. Not one time have I had to go back to a location and redo a house cleansing. Not once. In almost 30 years of paranormal investigation. But a part of that is not, I'll tell people what my beliefs are, but I'm not pushing my beliefs on them. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. In fact, the only time I've ever done anything remotely close to that was when I did an investigation with this one team, and there was a demonologist with them. And I'm like I said, I'm not perfect. I have my problems too, but I have a big problem with demonologists, most of them. And the reason why is because demonologists in general think that everything that we encounter is a demon. Which, sorry, is bullshit. I'll just say it flat out. It is. It's bullshit. You know, I'm not going to badmouth you as an individual for believing that. I just think that you have the wrong idea or you've been misled. Because there have been far too many experiences that were, if not just benign, were straight out good to support that theory. And a lot of demonologists, when they hear that, will actually say, well, that's just the demon fooling you. No. No, I can't speak for everybody, but me personally, I've never once been fooled by a demon. I know exactly what they are. And I see them for what they are. I can almost smell them. And I'm so attuned to good energy that when I enter a structure that is inhabited by something dark, I feel it almost instantly. So, if there were something demonic, I would definitely feel it. So, that's me though. That's my experience. So I have to disagree. I'm not going to say that the work demonologists do isn't important. In certain aspects it is. Because a lot of the time it's a demonologist that you have to contact for things like exorcisms. So, it's all needed to, in one aspect or another. But I'm not ever going to agree with the viewpoint that, it's all demons. They're just tricking you. I think that standpoint is incredibly arrogant. Just like with the whole UFO thing. Most people that say they don't believe in UFOs, in my opinion, are arrogant and egotistical. And here's why. Because I think it's an arrogant viewpoint. I think in a universe as large as the one that our tiny little planet inhabits, to think that we are the only intelligent life in a space that frickin' big is fucking arrogant. To think that we're the only intelligent life even on this planet is incredibly fucking arrogant. Keep in mind that, I work for an animal rescue. I've seen more intelligence, compassion, and kindness from dogs than I've seen from people in most of my life. And this is coming from dogs that have been abused, mistreated, and in some cases damn near killed. More compassion and love from them in one day than I've seen from certain people in an entire lifetime. That's why I own two of them and I'm fostering a third. So belief is a very strong thing, but and what primarily like those closed-minded people don't understand is that their beliefs are powerful too. And when they are pushing those thoughts and those beliefs on somebody else and making them doubt themselves and doubt what they believe, well, all I can say to that is fuck you, and I hope you never meet me. Because I will put you in your fucking place, and I will tell you off, and I will tell you exactly what I fucking think, and I've made grown men cry. Just using my words. Because here's the thing, here's the secret, folks. Here's what I've learned. The spirit world is a beautiful place, but so's this one. But this life ends. And it's too short to waste with other people's bullshit. It's too short to have regrets. It's too short to allow somebody to cause me to doubt myself. That is why I stand up for people that don't stand up for themselves. That's why even in high school, I was the one who bullied the bullies. I was the one that stood up to them. And I always will be. So whether it's in the physical world or in the spiritual one, I don't fucking like bullies, and I will take them on. I will fight them to the death every single fucking time. Because I got news for you. I'm not the fucking guy. Whether it's spiritual world or physical one, I'm not the fucking guy to fuck with. Because I will spend all of my days and all of my nights figuring out new and interesting ways to fuck you. And I don't mean in the nice reach around kind of way. I mean, I will fuck with your life. And I'll sleep well that night too. Most of the time I'm a nice guy, but I do not put up with bullies. I do not put up with them at all. I will protect the weak. I will protect the innocent. I will protect my friends and my family and all the people that I care about, both new and old. That's why I have to do the right thing even when it costs me. And it has cost me. There's personal relationships. There's people that I felt closer to than my own family that I ended up losing because I wasn't going to allow somebody else to screw them over, and they didn't believe me. And that's just it. That's the whole deal. You know, and I'm not saying that I'm all that in a bag of chips. Like I said before, I've got my faults too. Nobody's perfect. There's times when I wish I could be more patient. There's times when I wish I could be not so much a hard ass, but I am who I am. And my friends and family, my loved ones, they all understand this. And they're the ones that see the other side of me, the side that's loving and caring, generous, and all that. And but the point is I have my faults too. I'm not perfect, so it's not just about me. Point is like if I can do one thing with this show, and with anything I do, I want to teach people, A, how to be better paranormal investigators, but B, if I can teach at least one person how to be a better person, then I've won. I've won the whole game of life right there. And I actually have done that, I think. I helped raise two nephews that are wonderful human beings. I guess what I'm saying is like I might be all a tough guy on the outside, but I'm a big old softy in the middle. No, seriously though, you know that primarily in the paranormal is why what we believe is a factor and why we have to be so careful about it, because if we're pushing our beliefs onto others, even in paranormal investigating, there's the possibility, A, that you're alienating somebody else, but also B, that, you're putting somebody down for believing whatever they believe. And that's never really an okay thing to do. I understand it's going to happen at some point. I've probably done it myself. Because you can't always control how people take things. Regardless of, was how you meant it or not. But particularly in the paranormal field, we got to be really careful about a lot of things. We got to be careful about what we do. We got to be careful about what we say a lot of the time, because the paranormal field has come a long way, but we're nowhere near where we could be. And yet, if we're not careful about those things, it could potentially all be undone. Every bit of advancement that we've had, both technologically and socially, in the past probably like 50 years, could be undone by one simple mistake. And that's why I'm kind of a hard ass when it comes to the paranormal. That's why I always expect the most out of people in this field. That's why I hold us to the highest standard. And anytime somebody does something stupid in this field and it all gets seen in a negative light, I take it personally. Because to me it is personal. You're taking something I've lived more than half my life in the study of and diminishing it because of you doing whatever you did. You know, whether it's like the 7 guys from Texas that almost burnt down the Lawry plantation in New Orleans, or you know, like what's his name, Ryan Buell, ripping off his fans for you know, all these conventions that he was supposed to appear at, that he basically ripped them off for, because he, oh my God, I'm not even gonna get into that whole thing. I could talk about that all night. You know, and we should have a higher standard for ourselves. There should be, because we're not a recognized profession. We're not legitimized in the eyes of the world at large. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. And every time something happens that's negative, you know, about somebody in the paranormal field, particularly the ones that are on TV, it sets us back. It sets us all back. Because we have to re-legitimize ourselves to people just to get things done. So, you know, and get into the paranormal field, I hope you do. If you're not already into it, I hope you do. I hope more and more people get into it, because the more people that get into it, the closer we get to being legitimized. But I hope that you're smart about it. I hope you hook up with people that have had, you know, experience in this field, and you're not just going out there unprepared, because that can be dangerous. I hope that you know, you're being smart and open-minded when you do. I hope that you know, that whole ideal carries over into the rest of life in general. But most of all, I hope you know that I'm watching. And I may not be the biggest dog in the proverbial yard, but I've got the worst bite. And the fact of the matter is I do hold the paranormal field to a higher standard. But that also means I'm going to come down on you like the wrath of God if you fuck with it. If you do something incredibly stupid, like those 7 guys from Texas, or like Ryan Buell. I don't care who they are. My first show ever, I took on Ryan Buell and Jonathan Zappis from Haunted Collector. I don't care. Their fame means nothing to me. Their wealth means nothing to me. I will take on all comers. It does not matter to me. Because I hold them to a higher standard. And I think everyone else should too. So there you have it. Alright, so next week is going to be Paranormal True Crime, which is going to be great stuff. It's going to revisit some of the old stuff, like the whole Edward Wayne Edwards, Black Dahlia thing, as well as some new information that's recently come to light on some old favorite cases. We're going to go into more depth about the now revealed Jack the Ripper, Aaron Kosminski, and we're going to get into his life and where he came from and why he was the way he was. And also, we're going to discuss the places in England where he's haunting today. Um, we're going to talk about one of my all-time favorite Hollywood cases, the murder of George Reeves, and some new things that have turned up about that. So stay tuned for the next minutes or so, because we're not quite done yet. But also tune in next week. It's going to be a hell of a show. And the Tuesday following that, I'm doing a live EVP session with some new little apps I've got from Big Beard Studio. So don't miss that. It's going to be pretty awesome stuff. So for the remaining 9 minutes or so, I'm going to give you a little preview of the apps I'm talking about. Just 1 second. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to plug in my phone real quick to this feed. This is the newest version of the Spirit phone, which is a real-time EVP recorder. Hold on. Is there anyone here with us? This device, my phone, which I'm pointing at, can you talk into that really loud? Alright, so a little preview for you. Hold on 1 sec. Alright, this is going to be the playback. Is there anyone here with us? This device, my phone, which I'm pointing at, you talk into that really loud? Okay, I don't know if you heard that because it came across really, really faint. But there actually was a voice there after that first question. Sounded kind of female. Let me actually play that again. Is there anyone here with us? Right there. I don't know how it's coming through on the radio because it's coming through my microphone. I'll actually send it to my computer and play it through the broadcast program next time. Maybe you'll be able to hear it better. But actually what I hear there is I say, is there anybody here with this? And what I hear is a female voice go, yes, I'm here. It's really, really faint though. Okay, so there's that one, obviously. There's the standard favorites like the Spirit Box, which is this one. Can you talk into this one? Okay, so not much of anything there. And then there's... Well, let me bring it up. There's this one. So can you talk into this one? Wow, okay. Alright, so what this one is it's just the standard EVP recorder, but it makes your mic on your phone really, really sensitive to certain electromagnetic frequencies. So can you talk into this one? Wow, okay. I don't know if you heard it. It is, once again, pretty faint, but there is something there. I can't quite make out what it says, but there's definitely something there. So there's some neat goodies I'm going to be playing along with. And as always, Big Beard Audio is really the only supplier of ghost hunting apps that I really trust. Uh, and that's because Danny, the inventor and owner of that company, is an avid ghost hunter, and he's been on my show, and I've talked to him in depth before, and I know he wouldn't just make you know fake stuff or junk. Um, it's just not his style. So that is about it for my time, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Miss you all, particularly my regular folk. Um, Hopefully, you'll be hearing a lot more of me here in the near future. But that's going to depend on work. Work consumes my life right now. Um, but until next time, my pack, my tribe. Peace out.